Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. And it's February 17th. Time is flying by already this year. Hope everybody's well. I am doing well. Still taking my chemo pill daily and still doing well. Tumors are still at bay, so we're good. I'm going with that. Today I just want to touch base a little bit on our younger generation. You know, they get a really bad rap. Most people are like, damn kids, or you know, they just want to curl up in the fetal position in the corner and cry, and you know, everybody's feelings are hurt and yada yada yada. You know, I can tend to be one of those people who kind of rag on them, and I probably shouldn't be, but it is what it is. However, as some of you know, I don't do real well with like anybody over the age of 8. Like, I mean, I'm fine with people, but I just struggle with that age group till you're an adult. So I have the opportunity to host a group here in about a week and a half of 15 to 17-year-old kids. There will be probably close to 20 of them here. And I'm excited. Like, I'm really stoked to do it. It's a small group of kids who get together and try to do better in the community. They pour their love out to the community. They find a family in need or something that needs to change, something that needs to happen, and they kind of collaborate together to figure out how to make it better. Our community has recently lost a 4-year-old little girl who just wasn't breathing one morning, and so they are actually getting together. The kids are getting together to try and do something nice for the family. I believe, you know, there's a prayer blanket involved and some other things. So just an outreach in all kinds of different areas. That just happens to be the most recent example I have. They do a lot of adventures together, not necessarily team building, but underlying team building things. You know, we've taken them to Grand Rapids and done the, I think it's called Tree Tops maybe, but they you know, the obstacle course in the woods way up high in the trees, and the bridges and the zip line and all that stuff that they've done together, and it's just been fun. It's a really, really, really good group of kids. It's not affiliated with the school per se, but just this particular group gets together and they do some really cool stuff. And so it's kind of what I want to focus on. One of my big concerns, I guess, right now, which it's never directly affected me, so I've never really understood it, but what the hell is the deal with the suicide rate being so high with our youth? You hear about it on the news. You might, you know someone who knows someone. It's a distant thing. It's never been in my face. And lately in our community, it just seems to be a thing, like a bigger thing than what I give it credit for, I guess. And I live in a very small community, very, very small community compared to a lot of people. So maybe it's more prominent where you're at. I don't know. But I can't fathom the justification in somebody's mind at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, any age really, as to why they would want to take their life. They're so young and they have so much left, and it just blows my mind. So with these kids, yes, they're a great group of kids, and yes, they have great intentions, and they do great things for the community. But some of them have their own struggles, you know, just like everybody. And it's, how do we reach this generation? How do we reach these kids and do something maybe a little bit better to help them out? So part of my thing, I think, with them in a couple weeks is going to be about, you know, where you are mentally. I mean, I'm not going to like go all in depth with them, I'm sure, just because it's my first outing with them here, and I'm a little, you know, I don't know. It's going to be different. But anyway, mentally, how they view themselves, and how can you view yourself in a more positive light and in a better way, and to be okay with who you are. I think that's going to be part of kind of where I'm at with this group. Also, I have this one, just kind of struck me. Actually, it was today's devotional, and it's from Revelations 3:20. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me. And that's Jesus saying, hey, yo, I'm here. I'm outside the door. Open up. Let's have a snack. Let's have some coffee or some tea and hang out. And I think people don't realize that's all they have to do is open the door. You know, you may not have felt loved as a kid, but you are loved by God. You may not have been told, you know, that hey, I'm proud of you, or hey, you're so smart, and hey, I'm so glad that you're part of my life. Not everybody hears these things, and they should. People should hear this stuff all the time. There should always be some positive reinforcement in people's lives, and it just doesn't happen. And for those that grew up in an environment where there was a lot of love, a lot of acceptance, and you were told that somebody was proud of you and that you were smart and awesome and all these things, it's hard for that type of person to understand what it's like for somebody who has grown up in an environment that was completely the opposite, where you were called names all the time, or you were berated, left on your own, abandoned. I mean, there's so many things out there, and unless, you know, that old native saying, my grandpa used to have it on his wall on a picture. It was my favorite. It was, until you walk a mile in a man's moccasins, you can't understand what their life was like or what they're going through or whatever. I don't remember it to the T, but it was something like that, right? Unless you've walked in their shoes, you just don't freaking know. You don't. None of us, okay? We can try to understand, we can try to comprehend what it was like, but unless we were there, you don't get it. And every damn one of us were raised different in one form or fashion. I'm very blessed. I never ever once questioned whether or not I was loved growing up. So for me, for another person to not have that, I can't even begin to tell you what that's like. But there's people out there all over the place who did not feel loved growing up, and it's a terrible thing in my mind. So I just, I want to try and do whatever I can to help reach these kids and let them know that they are loved and they are worthy and they are wonderful, and that literally God does love them and is proud of them, and he created them for a purpose, on purpose. And people don't get that either. And, that, hey, literally open the door. He is literally right there, ready to come in and chill and make some pizza rolls and have soda and, play some video games. It's a thing, like, legit. So that's going to be kind of my goal the next week and a half or whatever with these guys. And we'll see how it goes. But Tristan's stoked. He's he is the cook in the house. He outshines me in the kitchen. I have to admit, the kid is just amazing. I try really hard to cook and I try to make good meals, but man, I'm still burning the garlic bread. Like, it's just not my thing. It's tough. So I think he is going to do his homemade macaroni and cheese, and we'll do some kind of dessert, and I'll probably do some chicken tenders just because got to have some kind of protein with all that pasta. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and that's what's going on here. And yeah, so if y'all got some extra prayers, pray for our next generation, pray for these kids, and we got to just throw out a positive something to someone. I don't care if you know them or you don't know them. You have no idea what some kind words might do for somebody's day. Literally, it's a thing. So I encourage everybody just to be nice and walk past somebody today and just say, hey man, nice shirt, or hey, you did a great job on whatever, or anything. Just smile. Something. It's a thing, and it affects people, and let's affect people in a positive way, because that's what it's all about. So hope you guys are doing well. Have a great day, and until next time.